All right, guys, last lesson of chapter 2. It's been a really long chapter, but guess what, guys? Y'all have been awesome, and we are almost done with it, and then we get to start a new one later on this week. Okay, so today we're talking about solving problems using equations, and these are multi-step problems. So if you look here, we've got 5 times 17 plus 5 times 20 minus 32, and I know that seems very overwhelming when you look at it that way, but I promise you, I'm going to teach you the steps to the order of operations, and it's going to be a breeze because y'all are so smart. Okay, so using the order of operations, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to always look for the parentheses first. Anything that's inside of parentheses will always be the first thing that you solve. Then next will be exponents. Exponents are these tiny little numbers that you see next to bigger numbers. And to be honest, we won't see a whole lot of exponents in 4th grade, so I don't really want you to stress about those too much, but it is still very important to know that that comes next in the process of order of operations. And then we've got multiplication and division. Now, multiplication and division are side by side because they can be solved at the same time. It just depends on what order they come in. So if multiplication comes first in the equation, you'll solve the multiplication problem first. If division comes first, you solve the division problem first. And then the last step is any addition and subtraction problems, and it's the same as multiplication and division. They can be solved interchangeably. It just depends on what order they come in the problem. All right. And the easiest way to remember the steps to order of operations is to remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And you can see all of those beginning letters stand for one of the operations that we will solve. All right, so let's jump right in and go ahead and solve this problem. I'm going to scoot this up just a little bit. All righty, so we've got 5 times 17 plus 5 times 20 minus 32 equals n. And remember that n just stands for that unknown answer that we haven't figured out yet. All right, do we have any parentheses in our problem? Nope. So then we move on to the E. Do we see any exponents? Nope. What about any multiplication or division problems? Right, I see 2 multiplication symbols. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here and go from left to right to see which one I solve first. Okay, so 5 times 17. Oh, there we go. That's what we are going to solve first. 5 times 17. All right, and we can solve this using our regrouping method that we learned earlier in the chapter. So I'm just going to kind of come over here for some little scratch work. 17 times 5. Now, you should know by now that if you're watching a math lesson, you should have a piece of paper and pencil with you. But if you don't have one, that's okay. Just pause the video and then come right on back and catch back up with us, okay? All right, so 17 times 5. What do we do first? Right, we're going to do 5 times 7. It's always the ones times the ones first. 5 times 7 gives me what, guys? Very good. 35 is correct. The 5 drops down and the 3 comes up. Good job. Then what do we do next? Right, 5 times 1, ones times the tens, which is what? 5, very good. And then we cannot forget to add that number that we regroup. So 5 plus 3 is 8. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to come back over here and I am going to write my 85 right underneath the problem that I solved it with. Okay, and this next step is very important. Once you have solved a step, you need to copy the entire rest of the problem down the exact way you see it. Okay, we don't solve it and then keep on going. We got to do one at a time and then rewrite it and then continue solving. Okay, so I'm going to just bring down each thing I see. I see my addition symbol, plus 5 times 20 minus 32 equals n. Okay, and then we're going to start right back over with our order of operations process. Okay, I'm going to scoot this up a little bit. Do we see any parentheses in our problem? No. Any exponents? Nope. Any multiplication or division? Let's see. Oh, yep. Found some multiplication. All right, so the next thing I'm going to solve is 5 times 20. What is a really easy way I could solve 5 times 20 without even having to come over here to scratch work? Yeah, exactly. I can use my basic facts. I see 5 times 2. Is that what y'all saw? I thought so. All right, 5 times 2. What do I get with 5 times 2? Very good. 5 times 2 is 10. And then we've got 1 0. So we're going to bring that 1 0 down here to give us an answer of 100. Great job. All right, now what do we do? Right, I've got to copy down the rest of that problem exactly how I see it. So that 85 plus 100, which is what we just solved, minus 32 equals n. Great job, guys. All right, the problem is shrinking. We're getting close to the end. Okay, so now we've got to look at 85 plus 100 minus 32. Any parentheses or exponents? Nope. Any more multiplication or division? Nope, we knocked that all out. All right, so now we're just left with some adding and subtracting. Okay, so I've got, I've got both adding and subtracting, but what's my rule for if I see both of them? Right, I've got to go with what I see first when I'm looking from left to right. So when I start here and I go from left to right, I've got 85 plus 100. That's the first problem I come to, so that is what I'm going to solve first, okay? If we did 100 minus 32 first, we would not get the correct answer. So we've got to go in order the correct way, okay? 85 plus 100, what's that going to give me? Exactly, 185. Copy down the rest of the problem. Minus 32 equals n. All right, well now we've just got one thing left to solve, 185 minus 32. I'm gonna come over here for some scratch work so I can solve that. Okay, 5 minus 2 is 3, wonderful. 8 minus 3 is, very good, it is 5, and 1 minus 0 is 1. Very good, so 153 is our answer. So 5 times 17 plus 5 times 20 minus 32 equals 153. Good job, guys. All righty, one more. I want you to go ahead and pause the video, write this down, and I want you to solve it by yourself and then come back to the video. No, really, hit the pause button. Okay, I'm going to trust that you've actually worked it out and not just waiting for me. Okay, all right, so first things first, pull our steps back down here. All righty, move my face out of the way. Okay, we've got, we'll write it right here. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, so we have room to work. Okay. 3 times 22 plus 7 times 41 minus 24. What do we do first? Any parentheses or exponents? Nope. Multiplication or division? You betcha. Right here, 3 times 22 is what you should have solved first. Now remember, you should have solved this one on your own or at least tried to. So I'm going to be going through this one a little bit quicker, okay? All right, when I do 22 times 3, 3 times 2 gives me 6. And then when I multiply my 1s times my 10s, 3 times 2 is 6 again for 66. So I'm going to put my 66 right underneath here and then copy down the rest of my problem the exact same way I see it. Plus 7 times 41 minus 24 equals n. Okay. I do not see any parentheses. I do not see any exponents. I have another multiplication problem. So 41 times 7 is what I'll be solving next. I'm going to come over here to my scratch work area. 41 times 7. 7 times 1 is 7. Good. And 7 times 4, what'd you get? 28. Are you sure? Okay, that's right. Good job. 28 is correct. So 41 times 7 is 287. So I'm going to write that right underneath there, and then I'm going to copy the rest of the problem down exactly how I see it. So 66 plus 287 minus 24 equals n. Okay, I know I have no parentheses. I know I have no exponents. Let me double check and see if I have any more multiplication or division. And I do not. So now I am down to adding and subtracting. All right, when I go from left to right, the first thing I see is 66 plus 287. So I'm going to go ahead and come back here over to my scratch work. 287 plus 66, making sure I'm lining up those numbers by place value. 7 plus 6, you should have gotten 13. Carry your 1. 1 plus 8 plus 6, that's 9 plus 6, which gives us 15, and then 2 plus 1 gives us 3. So you should have gotten 353. Copy down the rest of the problem. All right, thumbs up if you have gotten all of this correctly. Good job. Thumbs like this if you've gotten some of it right, but you might have misworked some of your work. Okay. That's all right. That's why we're here to practice. And this video is here, so you can always come back to it to practice again. All right, let's finish this problem off strong though. 353 minus 24 is the last thing we have to do. So I'm going to come over here to my scratch work area. 3 minus 4, I cannot do it, so I'm going to come over here and borrow. That 5 becomes a 4, that 3 becomes a 13. 13 minus 4 is 9. 4 minus 2 is 2, and 3 minus 0 is 3. Very good. So 329 is our answer. 2 thumbs up if you guys got that. Awesome job. I'm loving all these smart brains. All right, you do have some practice problems with this today. Please make sure you remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. But if you need some reminders, just come right back on here to this video, and I will see y'all tomorrow for some more math. Have a great day.